Welcome back to What's Happening. On today's episode, we take a deep dive into a maintenance process on our substation transformers.
Just recently, we had a company that came in to do oil reclamation of the Belmont transformer. The power transformers at the different power substation have been installed for quite some time now. And over time, the insulating oil would have deteriorated. The assessment that was done by a team, CMAT, out of the States, it indicated that some of the transformers, the Belmont transformer, Sweets transformer, Lavington transformer, and one of the transformer at Tango, the oil has deteriorated. Now, we have options. We could change the transformer, or we could clean the oil. That's a process we call oil reclamation. So basically, we're starting with the Belmont transformer, and after we would have completed that, then we move to Sweets, Lavington, and then the transformer at Tango. So it's the most cost-effective method of returning the transformer to a good working condition. During the oil reclamation process, we have to de-energize the substation for the period. It lasts about 10 days, but we're quite flexible. We can connect those customers that are normally fed from that substation. We could connect them to other substations, so customers would not have extended outages. The outages that they would receive or they would experience is just to switch from one substation to the next, which is probably 15 minutes. So we don't anticipate customers to be out of service for any extended time.
We are doing what's called an oil reclamation process on the Belmont transformer that feeds Belmont substation. The oil process is to purify the oil, remove contaminants, and try to rejuvenate or add life back to the oil. The purpose of the oil in the transformer is to add a level of insulation and cooling, because of course, the core gets heats up during the process of the transformer operating. And the oil in itself adds as a cooling element through convection, and also it adds a level of insulation between the core, lamination, and all the other compartments of the transformer. During the process, the first stage, of course, after initial setups and testing, the first stage what we do, we'll take a sample of the oil to know what our initial condition is. The second step is that we're going to pass the oil from the oil treatment machine to what's called our percolator machine, which has a medium inside of it as a filter. We pass that oil over a period of 3 consecutive days, and we change that medium every 5 hours. The result, what we're looking at every interval, we're looking for a change in the state of the oil. First of all, looking for purity. So the oil, of course, will start, let's say, at a darker color, and we expect to see the oil change to a much lighter color as the process goes through. So here we have the initial state, how they found the oil. It's almost black, all right? Your first test pass already is a bit lighter. I'm not sure if you can pick it up on the camera, it's a bit lighter than the original one. And then every step in the interval of process, you see the oil color start becoming lighter and lighter, getting closer and closer to being clear. After completion of the successful grade that we want from the percolator machine, we switch to our drying process or filtering process. What we do here now, we'll extract the oil from the transformer, store it into an oil reservoir or oil bag. You pass it from the bag through the oil machine, and that will also be a balance of, as I say, another repeated 6 or 4 days according to how the process goes. And then you pass that back to the transformer and then back to the oil machine again. Your aim is you're trying to take out all the moisture from in the core of the transformer. You're trying to grab all your contaminants and you're trying to capture that now in the filtration process. So the end of the process now, what you have left is basically close to new oil. Not going to be new oil, but as close as possible to that condition. It is a procedure, of course, that you do it to prevent the off chance that anything does happen, that you did some preventive maintenance on the transformer to at least allow you to use the transformer as close as possible to its recommended specs while still monitoring the transformer. So it's not a leave and do and forget process. You have to monitor the transformer, you have to maintain it, and probably repeat this process in latter years as the life of the transformer proceeds. All right, so this is something that you must do. Notwithstanding, yes, there's some challenges. You have to have some outages. You have to switch feeders. anything. But these things are preventative maintenance. So what they prevent the off chance that you have an unexpected outage, which could be catastrophic. All right, so you have what you call planned outages. You do your maintenance, and then you could put the station back in service. So notwithstanding, yes, you may have a period of time or a short period we have without power. That is, I guess, a better trade-off. Whereas in you do no maintenance, and then your transformer fails, and you have a larger bill to face in terms of now you have equipment failure. You could have probably damage to personnel. You could have damage to neighboring facilities within the substation. So now you have now opened up yourself for a much wider, or say there's a deeper pit in terms of expense. Whereas fine, you plan a preventive maintenance, you perform it, and yes, customers may be a bit uneasy about having that period of no power, but I mean, it's a better trade-off than having no maintenance and having a failure.